Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contract, service is month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Luxury Podcast, your source for all things luxury. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Valeries Delgado-Carrizales on the line, and she's CEO over at Makeup Evolution. Valerie, welcome to the show.
Hey, Adam. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Valerie. So I'm excited to get into your brand today, Makeup Evolution, and what you're doing in the products. But before we do that, just to give the audience a little bit of your backstory, tell us a little bit more about how you got started really on this path of makeup and as an entrepreneur.
Awesome. So I actually, I was a makeup artist trainer. I would go out and train retailers. I traveled a lot for about 10 years. When I had my second baby, traveling got really hard, so I decided to open my own retailer called Makeup Evolution. So I opened up my brick and mortar. We've been open for 3 years now, and last year we started our own product under our name, Makeup Evolution. So originally it was all started because I wanted to spend more time with my family and not travel so much.
Wow, what an amazing story. And, there's some entrepreneurs listening to this right now who are also maybe, and it doesn't have to be in makeup, it doesn't have to be in beauty, but maybe they're out there thinking about starting their first business and they're not as far along as you are. If you could go back to that Valerie that was just getting started again and give her some words of wisdom with the benefit of hindsight, knowing everything you know now, what kind of things would you tell her?
I would say be comfortable with taking risk. I know that sounds a little risky, right? But I would say that that's the biggest thing is you really don't know until you actually try it. And a long time ago, someone told me life is about making decisions. There's so many thoughts that go to our head and that go through our head, and we think about should we or should we not? But if you make that decision of yes, I'm going to try it, I'm going to take this risk, you'll know, and you'll actually be able to figure out is it going to work or is it not going to work? I rather live my life trying things than regretting not trying anything. So I would say take the risk. I mean, I feel like there's not really much to lose, and I take it more as if it feels somewhat like a loss, I teach myself something out of it, so it becomes more of a lesson than a loss.
Man, that's awesome, and I think that's a great transition. So let's just dive into the content. So, Makeup Evolution. Tell us a little bit more about the company.
So this was actually a risk that we did take with creating our own brand. As a brick and mortar, we sold a bunch of different brands. I would say very similar. We like to say we're in between an Ulta and Sephora, where we have some luxury products and some more economic products. And I was noticing a lot of just being the middleman, getting the products the customer was taking a little longer than I anticipated. And we love to keep our customers happy, right? So we decided to create our own brand, and that was definitely one of my first risks as a business because I wasn't sure how much to charge and branding ourselves and giving ourselves exposure, But we started with our regular walk-in traffic, and we started with lashes because everyone comes into our store because we carry so many different lash brands. They come into our store saying oh yeah, our friend told us about this little store in Rialto that sells lashes. So we're like, aha, we have to create some lashes of our own, right? Something that separated us from other lash brands was we're very big on evolving, and that's where our name came from. And just from every customer that walks into our door, we have a training program for our staff that's called Program Evolve. And one of our core values is evolve daily, even the words that come out of our mouths. So our words that come out of our mouths towards our customers, towards each other, we have to make sure that we're trying to evolve the person in front of us and ourselves. So while creating our lash styles, we really spent a lot of time in the names, which I take so much pride in our names. Like, they really set the tone. 90% of the women who get ready for the day wear makeup, right? And most of them now wear lashes. And that's the first thing you do to, like, set the tone for your day. Some people work out, some people do other things, right? But a lot of women do their makeup first. Like, that's the very first thing. So we knew that we had to focus on our names. And we have such great names like Rise Above is the lash style, Resurrect, Elevate, Evolve Daily, Overachiever. And it's just such a cool feeling. And this is really how we, like, gain that trust, not only gain that trust from our customer, how we market it, and just how our customers fall in love with it, with the names. Like, how cool is it when you open up your vanity when you get ready in the morning and you can choose your lash style depending on your mood. Like, today I'm going to be an overachiever, so I'm going to wear overachiever lash style. Or today I'm going to resurrect because I had a horrible day yesterday, but today's the day to resurrect, right? So I think that that's something, like, it's more on, like, a feel-good level, more on a relationship level, more on a personal level, emotional level, you know? And it's funny because Overachiever is actually our top-selling lash style, and we say she really lives up to her name, you know? She's an Overachiever. So that's what I would say is really, you know, what separates us from other brands. But most importantly, like, I want to say that was one of the biggest risks I took and one of the best things I did for my business, because it's something that we created on our own, you know, and it opened up so many more avenues for us as far as, like, being a community that empowers women daily, you know, being a community that empowers moms, career women that come in and just want to get ready really fast, you know. Mm-hmm. So it has really opened up so much more. Like, we're not just a brick and mortar, just the lash store anymore. Now we're like a community, and we actually have, like, everything goes around evolving. Like, we call our customers Evolving Beauties. When we answer the phone, it's a great day to evolve at Makeup Evolution. And it's just such a cool thing, because even from when we opened 3 years ago, it's cool to see how much our customers have not only grown in outer beauty, but inner beauty. So it's
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing, and I love the branding you've done, and really, I mean, it's permeated into everything, and really, can you talk about your like, this company culture? Because I sense that, like, it comes through the brand and even the culture kind of, and like the best brands, I mean, the culture kind of spills over from the brand into not only the clients, but obviously the employees and the people that are there. So can you talk a little bit more about just company culture and how you maintain this evolving culture, if you will?
Cool. Yeah. So, you know, a while ago when I worked in the corporate world, someone always tell me, you know, like, it comes from the top. It comes from the top. And then, although I heard it comes from the top, someone once told me to treat my employees like they're my first customer. And really, like, that's so true, because when I'm not there, I really hope and anticipate that they're treating the business as if I were to treat the business. And because I elevate them with so much respect, not only with, like, them improving themselves on a daily basis, but I'm also huge on, like, recognition. You know, I'm open to ideas from them. I do have a lot of youth on my team, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds. You know, Under 24 for the most part. I've had 30-year-olds too. I've had older as well, but I have a very young staff. So I'm really big on being like that stepping stone to their future. And I remember a lot of them, it's their first job. And I remember my first job was very impactful. So I want to make sure that I impact in a positive way. And I'm constantly communicating with them. How do you feel? Do you feel like, you're better than you were yesterday? Is there anywhere I can help you? Are there any tools I can provide for you? And I also let them know that I'm flexible. So like if they're unhappy in a certain area, because we're creatives at Makeup Evolution, we're creatives, and we tend to feel like we like something and then we get bored and then we jump into the next thing, which is okay because that's totally me too, So from experience, I know that they're probably experiencing that. And my biggest thing is just making sure that they're happy, that they're happy, because I feel like as long as they're happy, even when I'm not there, they're going to continue to be happy, and communication. I say this with every person that I hire. I let them know that in relationships, we have to communicate. Any relationship, coworker, boss, husband, wife, friendship, and be prepared for hard conversations and easy conversations as long as there's communication. Like, that's the most important thing. Even if it's a hard conversation, I feel like you have to communicate. And that's one of our biggest things. I set that from the day that I interview my people, because I need to let them know that we might have a hard conversation. And if it is a hard conversation, it's never in bad intentions. It's only, I always start my conversation like this. I want to let you know, like my reviews, I let them know. I want to let you know that from this point forward, the conversation that we're having is only to help you evolve. And I started like that. And then it sets like an expectation, not only an expectation, but lets them know, like, I'm trying to help you grow. If it's not here with Makeup Evolution, it's for whatever job you have next. And I feel it, especially during this time right now. My team has came in so strong, and I'm just so grateful for that. And it's because I don't just preach. I actually practice what I preach. I don't just say I'm going to do something. I actually do it. And I spend a lot of time with them.
So, Valerie, if somebody's listening to this and they want to learn more about Makeup Evolution, learn more about the product line, and just your brand overall, what's the best way for them to do that?
I would say our website. We have recently really revamped our website and doing a lot more virtual. So our website is www.makeup-evolution.com, and Instagram would be our second that I would recommend for sure, and that's Makeup Evolution Store.
Perfect. Well, Valerie, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about the evolution of Makeup Evolution. I love what you're doing. Love the brand. Love the culture. Love what you're doing. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Luxury, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Valerie, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate it.